Up next on Today's Beer Review, we're going to be looking at Awesome Jenkins. This is a bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout by Thin Man Brewery, and it's coming in at 14.1% ABV. Check it out. Hi everybody, it's Rich, and welcome back to Today's Beer Review. And today we are looking at Awesome Jenkins. This is a bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout. It's coming in at 14.1% ABV, and it's by Thin Man Brewery. Now, I picked up two things by Thin Man Brewery. One which had the red cap on it, and actually I didn't even notice, but the wax has like a little guy on top of it, which I think is pretty cool. But, you know, actually like stamped into the wax. I guess that's the Thin Man image on there. So this is a bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout. This beer is brewed and canned or bottled by Thin Man Brewery of Buffalo, and it's at 166 Chandler Street, Buffalo, New York. Now, I'm not being paid to review their stuff. I found this in the Chico's in Larchmont, I believe. And I want to say this was about 18 bucks for this 500 ml bottle, which, I mean, for a bourbon barrel aged beer, that's not terrible, really. Considering, you know, again, how some of these get super expensive. All right, let me get the wax off of this thing. I have a very small piece of garbage knife that I use sometimes to just go around these wax tops. And I know the wax is supposed to help them, you know, stay fresh. But I have to tell you the truth, I always find wax on the bottles to be a bit of a pain in the butt. Okay, there we go. Well, once you get it started, though, it does go. Yeah, this one's fighting me left and right. Ah, there we go. Got it. At least got most of it. And I actually managed to get the little man to come off in one piece, the one that's on top. Yeah, this video should be interesting to watch. Beer reviewer struggles with wax. Alright, there we go. Now I got it. It's off. I thought that was quite the fight. And like I said, let's see if you can get the image on the wax, which I know it's a minor thing, but I do dig details like that. Let's open this and hope it's not going to be too foamy after the beating I just gave the bottle. No foam, but a wonderful aroma of chocolate and bourbon just filled the bar. It pours a thick and jet black. I mean, there's just no two ways about it. That is as jet black as any bourbon barrel stout I've seen before. Oh my God, it smells so good. So the bourbon is there. There's definitely clear charred oakiness of a bourbon barrel aged stout. But there's this wonderful sort of milk chocolate aroma, and it's gonna sound sort of weird, but there's this dark fruit sort of Fig Newton aroma to it. Now, it's not like the Sir Isaac's aroma from Bourbon County a few years ago, because I'm not getting that graham cracker sweetness or cinnamonness towards the end. That's probably not even a word. But my God, it is just like a bouquet of like bourbon and chocolate and char, and it's really beautiful nose. Let's see what it tastes like. That is gorgeous. Thick, coats the tongue. Just enough carbonation as you swallow it to bring the flavors alive a little bit more. And as far as the flavors go, that sort of bourbon char on the front end with some sweetness that I associate with sort of the bourbon. And then as it continues down your tongue, you're getting this really nice sort of milk chocolate. And then right at the end, just as you're about to swallow, there's this sort of dark fruit flavor there as well, sort of like a figginess that I really like a lot. This is exceptional. You know, if I had one complaint, and by the way, at 14.1%, I am not getting the alcohol burn that I expected at all. I'm barely getting a little warming in the stomach, which again, I've said it many times on this channel. One of the things that I think really sort of shows you a quality beer is when they're able to sort of dial that ethanol flavor back. And it's almost non-existent here. Like, this is just beautiful, like chocolate and dark fruit and bourbon all mixed together. And my God, it's fantastic. And at 18 a bottle, this is a steal for the quality of beer you're getting. My one complaint is it is a little thinner than, let's say, one of the $25 Bourbon County adjuncts. But as far as a bourbon barrel aged stout from a small brewery in Buffalo, New York, this kicks ass. Would I buy it again? In a heartbeat. And again, at 18% ABV, that's really not bad. What's funny is they give almost no tastings, no tasting notes on this at all. Because I guess either there was no room on the label or they wanted you to explore this one on yourself, on your own. But I have to say, like, as far as the exploration goes, I would put this neck and neck with any other bourbon barrel aged stout that I've had on this channel. Yes, I even mean the Goose Island ones, which, not this year, obviously, as the channel has laid out, but in the past has been so good and decadent. This is right up there in that level of decadence, in my opinion. So would I buy it again? Yes. Would I share it? Absolutely. And probably twice a year, I have some people over from work and we have a little tasting here of beers that I have found impressive that year. And I have to tell you, this one, I will do my best to get another one of these for that tasting because this is really nice. And just now I'm starting to get that warming sensation in my stomach from this. And for a 14.1% ABV beer, that's exceptionally well hidden alcohol. So would I buy it again? Absolutely. Once again, this is Thin Man Brewery's Awesome Jenkins. It is a bourbon, sorry about that. It is a bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout coming in at 4.1% ABV. So it is a beast of a beer. And the one classification I would give this is extremely dangerous. I don't think you would realize how much alcohol is in this beer just on the initial sips. And this is the type of a beer, especially in a 500 ml bottle, where, this is one you're gonna wanna share out with people. Just because the alcohol content is so high. Like, I will not drink this tonight. This will last a couple of days. I'll repressurize the bottle and this will last a few days. And I have to tell you, it's exceptional. If you can get your hands on this, I would definitely get your hands on this again. And this is the second beer I've had from Thin Man Brewery, which has been great. I guess to give it parity, I would say that it's the equal of Equilibrium. And to me, that's very high praise because Equilibrium consistently puts out really good beers. So, I think this is one of those really great stouts that if you get a chance to see it, at least by me, it was reasonably priced, about $18 for this bottle, which is steep, but it's not so steep considering the value of the product within the bottle. I do not feel like I overpaid for this at all. Anyway, folks, I hope you've enjoyed the review. And if you did, hit that like button, subscribe, throw a comment down there. I've never heard of Thin Man Brewery before these last two beers. So I'm going to look into them some more because I definitely want to try more of their beers. And hopefully they ship within the state of New York. And if they do, I'll have more for the channel. Anyway, folks, I'll talk to you later. And if you liked the review, hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you after I finish this one. Cheers.